Namaste, dear students. Welcome back. Today I am here with one more illustration which was asked in May-June 2008 question paper of Mysore University. So the company problem about a company that is about related to issue of shares. So let us look into the problem. Amrita Company Limited issued a prospectus to the public offering 60,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 10 per share payable as follows. So Amrita Company have issued total 60,000 equity shares. So the face value of the shares is rupees 100 each, and it is under premium. So 10 rupees is the premium, that is what they have given in the problem. And further, rupees 25 on application, rupees 40 on allotment, that includes premium, rupees 30 on first call, and balance on second and final call. Applications were received for 1 lakh shares. So company offered 60,000 but public subscribed for 1 lakh. So the situation is oversubscription, correct? So and allotment was made prorata to 90,000 shares applicants, and excess application money was adjusted towards allotment. Remaining application money were rejected. So out of 1 lakh, what we have done, 90,000 shares application money we keep with us. So excess whatever we have received, that is 90,000 means actually company offered 60,000 shares. So on 30,000 shares application money we have received, that should be adjusted towards allotment as the information provided in the problem, and excess remaining application were rejected. The rest 10,000 shares applications money has been rejected and refunded. Mr. Ram, the holder of 1,000 shares, failed to pay both the calls, and Mr. Lakshman, the holder of 500 shares, failed to pay final call. The directors forfeited all the shares. The forfeited shares were reissued to Mr. Vishnu at rupees 85 per share. So there was a shareholder called Mr. Ram who was holding 1,000 share, failed to pay both the call, that is first and second call, and Mr. Lakshman, the holder of 500 shares, fails to pay final call money, and the directors forfeited all these shares due to non-payment of call money, and these forfeited shares are reissued to Mr. Vishnu at rupees 85 per share. So now we are supposed to pass the journal entries, and also we have to prepare a balance sheet in the books of the company. So this is the problem. I think by this time you got an idea. So what are all adjustment will be there? One premium adjustment will be there, then first call receive entry adjustment will be there, then second and final call receive entry effect will be there, and forfeiture reissue. So without any delay, let us find the solution for this problem. Okay, let us begin the solution part of the given problem. So solution number 11. So first what we have to write, note, next to that number of shares issued by the company, that means offered by the company. How many number of shares offered by the Amrita Company Limited? 60,000 shares, correct. Number of shares subscribed, public applied for how many shares? 1 lakh shares, correct. So now the company have offered 60,000, public have subscribed 1 lakh, so that means 40,000 shares excess has been applied by the public. So this situation we call it as a over subscription, correct, over subscription. So now the problem we understood, it is over subscription problem. So whenever over subscription comes, so what we do, we take prorata allotment. So write down prorata allotment. So prorata allotment for how many shares? 1 lakh shares. Correct. So now company, how many shares they are keeping? 90,000 in the problem they clearly said. Correct. So see, application were received for 1 lakh shares and an allotment was made pro rata for 90,000 shares. Correct. How many shares? 90,000 shares. So the company is keeping. So now let us calculate out of 90,000 for application. Actually company issued 60,000 shares into on application how much we are supposed to receive? 25. Correct. So 60,000 into 25 how much? Calculate. 60,000 into 25. 60,000 into 25. So that comes to 15 lakh rupees. So 15 lakh rupees is towards what? Application money. 15 lakh application. Okay. Now out of 90, 60,000 we have used here. So the rest 30,000 at rupees 25 each. So 30,000 into 25 each is how much? 7,50,000. Correct. 7,50,000. That is towards allotment. So right, adjusted to allotment. Adjusted to allotment. So then how much we are rejecting now? 10,000 application money. So that is 10,000 into how much? 25. So that is 2,50,000 rejected and refunded. Rejected and refunded. So are you all clear? Rejected and refunded. Okay, so see, you have to keep it in mind. This 2 is the explanation of this 90,000. One is towards application and other was towards allotment, and the 10,000 is rejected. So total number of shares subscribed by the public is how many? 1 lakh, right? So 1 lakh shares subscribed by the public. So now we got the 1 lakh. So now here it is bit complicated problem we can say, because a lot of tiny adjustment has been given. So now we have to calculate it, forfeited shares and all we have to check. Okay. So for that we have to do a working note. So what is that working note? So now I am ready with the journal entry table. Journal entries in the books of Amruta Company Limited. Date, particulars, LF, debit rupees, credit rupees. So let us start with the journal entry number 1. What is the entry? Yes, bank account, debtor. 2, equity share, application account. Bank account, debtor to equity share, application account. So on how many shares we have received application money? Yes, 1 lakh shares at rupees 25 each. At rupees 25 each. So that means how much we have received? 1 lakh into 25. 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs we have received against the application money. So write down the narration being equity share, application money received. Okay, so we are done with the first entry. So now I am moving to the second entry. Is always transfer entry. So transfer entry is always equity share application account, debtor to equity share capital account. How much for capital? Then to equity share allotment, adjusted towards allotment, how much? Then rejected and refunded, that is to bank account. So these four entries you should not forget. Whenever oversubscription adjustment will be there in the problem, this is the compulsory entry. So out of which 1 lakh shares of rupees 25 on application, that is 25 lakh. Okay, that is equity share application. Now for the purpose of capital, remember always whenever you come to this entry, so you should check out the note. For the capital, how much? 60,000 into 25, 15 lakh towards application. So that should be transferred to capital. So how to transfer now? Calculate, that is 60,000 into 25 rupees. So that comes to how much? 1,50,000 rupees. And adjusted to towards allotment, that is 30,000, because out of 90,000 which we kept with us, so 60,000 transferred to capital, 30,000 obviously it should be transferred to the adjusted towards allotment. Okay, so that comes to 7,50,000. Okay, 15 lakh, 7,50,000. Then rejected and refunded 10,000 shares at rupees 25, that is application money, 2,50,000. So when you total this, 15 lakh plus 7,50,000, 2,50,000, 25 lakh, 25 lakh. So write down the narration being the entry for prorata allotment, being the entry for prorata allotment, excess application money, you should mention excess application money adjusted to allotment and remaining refunded. So understood the narration part. So now I move to the third entry. Third entry is allotment due entry. Okay, so due entry is equity share allotment account debtor to equity share capital account. To if there is a premium, you have to add the premium over here. Is there a premium in this problem? Yes. So to security premium account. Okay. So now how much allotment money due? How much? So that is 60,000 into how much allotment they said in the problem. On allotment 40 rupees, that is including premium. Okay, so 60,000 into 40, if you do that, how much it will come? 60,000 into 40, so that comes to 24 lakh. Okay, so 60,000 into 40, so that comes to 24 lakh. Out of this, how much for capital, how much for premium? That's all, very simple calculation. So 60,000 into 30 for capital, because premium money how much? 10 rupees, he has said in the problem directly. So 60,000 into 10, if it goes for premium, out of 40, 10 gone for premium, so the left is 30. So 6 3s are 18, that comes to 1,80,000. Then this comes to 60,000 into 10. Okay, that comes to how much? 60,000 into 10 rupees, that comes to 6 lakh. And this is 18 lakh. Okay, 18 lakh. So 18 plus 6 lakh, 24 lakh. So write down the narration being being allotment money due including premium, being allotment money due including premium, allotment money due including premium. Okay, so this is the third entry we are done with. So now I'm moving on to the fourth journal entry. I'm ready with the table. So fourth journal entry is a receive entry. Receive entry of what? Bank account. Okay, so that is allotment money received. So bank account debtor to share allotment account. Share allotment account. Okay, so open the bracket next to the bank. So actually we are supposed to receive 24 lakh, correct? Out of I have already received with the application money. So how much I have adjusted? Look at the working note here. Working note 7,50,000 adjusted towards allotment. 7,50,000 adjusted towards allotment. So we have already received how much? 7,50,000 I have already received. So 7,50,000 rupees I have already received. So I have to deduct. So 24 lakh minus 7,50,000. So balance is 16,50,000 which I am receiving. 16,50,000. 16,50,000 being allotment money received, being allotment money received. So that is done, fourth entry. So now I am moving to the fifth entry, that is first call due entry. Okay, so write down equity share first call account debtor to equity share capital account. So what is the due for a first call? How much? 60,000 into first call money 30 rupees, correct? First call money is how much? 30 rupees. Okay, so first call 30. So 6 3s are 18, so that comes to 18 lakh. 18 lakh. 18 lakh being equity share first call money due, being equity share first call money due. Okay, so now sixth entry, receive entry of first call. Bank account debtor to which money I am supposed to receive? Equity share first call account. Bank account debtor to equity share first call account. So here actually I am supposed to receive on how many shares? 60,000 shares. Out of Mr. Ram, who was the holder of 1,000 shares, failed to pay first call money. So then I am receiving on 59,000 shares, correct? So now calculate 59,000 into 30 rupees. So 59,000 into 30. 59,000 into 30. How much? Use the calculator. 59,000 into 30. 1 lakh, 17 lakh 70,000. How much? 17 lakh 70,000. 17 lakh 70,000. So, right? Being equity share first call money received except 1,000 shares, 1,000 shares held by Mr. Ram, held by Mr. Ram. So we are done with the sixth entry. Now I am moving to the seventh entry. Clear? Seventh entry is a due entry again. So equity share, equity share, equity share, second and final call account, equity share, second and final call account debtor to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. So how much I am supposed to receive on second call? 60,000 into second call money. I don't know. Correct? Because he has not given in the problem. He said in the problem balance on second and final call. So now find out on application how much we have received? 25. On allotment how much we have received? 40. That is including premium 10 rupees. Then on first call how much? 30 rupees. So now add 25 plus 40, 65. 65 plus 30, 95 rupees. Correct? So but actual face value of the share is 100. 100 plus premium is also there. 10 rupees is the premium. So total, when you total it, it should be 110. So now deduct 110 is the including premium charge minus we have received 30 on first call minus 40 on allotment which includes premium minus 25 on application. So the balance, how much we are supposed to receive now? So balance on second and final call is said, right? So that is 15 rupees. So if you had entire thing, you are going to get 110 rupees. Okay. So that includes premium. So now on second and final call, how much I am supposed to receive per share? 15 rupees. So you understood, right? Application 25, 40 rupees allotment including premium, 30 rupees first call, second call we don't know, but there is a premium of 10 rupees I have added here. So if you total it, 30 plus 40, 70, 70 plus 25, 95, 95 plus 10, how much? So 95. This 10 I have already included. 110 minus 95, 15 rupees is the balance. So I have done the calculation. So 60,000 into 15 rupees. So that comes to 9 lakh. Being second and final call money due. Being second and final call money due. So I'm done with the due entry. Okay, so now I'm moving for the receive entry, that is 8th entry. So receive entry always starts with bank account debtor to equity share second and final call account. So now open the bracket. Out of 60,000 shares, Mr. Ram failed to pay first call. So it's when he failed to pay first call only, so he did not pay second call also. So I'm mentioning Ram. Then 500 shares held by Mr. Lakshman. He failed to pay second call. So 60,000 minus 1,000 minus 500, that comes to 60,000 minus 1,000 minus 500, 58,500 shares. 58,500 shares into 15 rupees I have received. Okay. So now calculate 58,500 into 15. That comes to 8,77,500. How much? 8,77,500. 8,77,500. So now the narration being second and final call money received except 1,000 shares held by Mr. Ram and 500 shares held by Mr. Lakshman. Okay, so I'm done with the 8th entry. So now I'm passing through the 9th entry. So 9th entry is going to be a forfeiture entry. Okay, so what is the forfeiture entry? So that you all know that share capital account debtor to forfeited share account to Ram failed to pay first call money only. First call account to both of them failed to pay second call money to second and final call account. Second and final call account. Okay, so this is the problem. So now Ram and Lakshman together, put together how many shares? Ram is the holder of 1000 shares. Lakshman is the holder of 500 shares. Okay, Ram 1000, Lakshman 500. So total number of shares held by both of them, Ram and Lakshman together, is 1500 shares. So share capital, next to it open a bracket and write 1500 into, so what is the face value of the shares? 100 rupees. So that should be considered excluding premium. So 1500 into 100 rupees. So that comes to 1,50,000 rupees. 1,50,000 rupees. Okay. 1,50,000 actually we are supposed to receive. So now here challenge is we have to find forfeited share account value, and we have to find first call account value, second and final call account value. So now in this problem you have to be very careful. So on first call, who has failed to pay? Mr. Ram alone. So how many shares Ram held was 1000 shares, correct? So be clear, it is very important adjustment I am doing. So because both the parties have failed, that is Mr. Ram and Mr. Lakshman, to pay the second and final call money. So I am doing the adjustment, be careful. So Ram is the holder of 1000 shares and he failed to pay first and second call both, right? So then I have to reflect is on 1000 share on first call at rupees how much? First call money how much? In the problem he has given on first call rupees 30. So on first call rupees 30 he did not pay. So 1000 into 30 is 30,000 rupees. 30,000 rupees. He did not pay 30,000 rupees. So here on first call, Mr. Ram, the holder of 1000 shares, failed to pay first call money. So that is on 1000 shares, 1000 into 30, that comes to 30,000. Okay. In the second and final call, both of them have not paid. That is Mr. Ram and Mr. Lakshman. Mr. Ram was the holder of 1000 shares and Mr. Lakshman was holder of 500 shares. So 1500 shares. On 1500 shares, what is the second and final call money? They are supposed to pay 15 rupees, correct? So on 1000 shares, they have 1500 shares. They are supposed to pay 15 rupees. So they did not pay 1500 into 15 rupees. If you do that, 22,500. So now this is a simple calculation. If you don't do this, then you have to write a working note, but this is the simple one which you can easily write. So on 1500 shares, actually they are supposed to pay at rupees 100 each, 1,50,000. But Mr. Ram did not pay on first call 1000 shares at rupees 30,000. In the second and final call stage, Mr. Ram 1000 shares and Mr. Lakshman 500 shares. Put together 1500 shares, they did not pay 15 rupees. That comes to 22,500 rupees. 22,500 rupees. Okay, so now what you are supposed to do here? Deduct the 30,000 and 22,500 from 1,50,000. So 1,50,000 minus 30,000 minus 22,500. So whatever the amount you are going to get, the balance 97,500 is going to be a forfeiture account. That is, put together they have paid. So you can calculate. That is, Mr. Ram paid 25 on application and 30 on allotment. Correct. Mr. Ram, how much he has paid? 25 on application and 30 on allotment. So Ram paid 25 on application, then 30 on allotment. Put together 55, and he hold 1000 shares. So 55 into 1000, how much? 55,000 rupees. Correct. 55,000 rupees. The same way, Lakshman holds how many shares? 500 shares. And he paid application, allotment and first call. So if you do that, 25, 30 plus 30. So that comes to how much? 30 plus 30, 60. 60 plus 25, 85 rupees. So 85 into 500 shares. Correct. So 85 into 500. So 85 into 500, that comes to 42,500 rupees. 42,500. Now you add both this, 55,000 plus 42,500, that comes to 97,500, which they have paid. 97,500, which they have paid. You need not to do all this, but I just did it to make you understand this problem clearly without any doubt. Okay. So anyways, so now let us write the narration part. So narration is being equity shares are forfeited due to non-payment of call money held by Mr. Ram on 1000 shares and Mr. Lakshman on 500 shares. Okay, so I have done the narration. I have finished the narration. So now I have to pass the reissue entry. Then I have to pass the CRR entry, that is final profit transfer, then bank account and balance sheet. Okay, so let us draw the line for that. So now I am passing the 9th journal entry. I am passing the 9th journal entry. So there's reissue entry. Okay, so reissue entry, bank account, debtor, forfeited shares account, debtor, 2 share capital account. So 1,500 shares, that is 1,000 of Ram and 500 of Lakshman, is reissued at rupees 85. So calculate 1,500 shares at rupees 85 each, 1,27,500. 1,27,500. So then what was the face value? 100. I am issuing at 85. Then what is the loss? 15 rupees. So 1,500 into 15 rupees loss. Number of shares 1,500, and 15 rupees is loss on each share. So that is 22,500 rupees. 22,500 rupees. So put together, if you total it, 1,27,500 plus 22,500, that comes to 1,50,000 rupees, which transferred to capital account. 1,50,000 transferred to capital account, being forfeited shares reissued to Mr. Vishnu at rupees 85 each. So narration is over. In the last entry, that is CRR entry. Okay, so that is forfeited shares account, debtor to capital reserve account, So actually we have here 97,500 minus the loss of 22,500. So that is 97,500 minus 22,500. That comes to 75,000 rupees. How much? 75,000 rupees. So enter 75,000. 75,000 being final profit on forfeiture transferred to capital reserve account. That's all. So I'm done with the journal entries. Now it's time to prepare the bank account. So to equity share application account. How much I have received on application? So look at the first journal entry, very first journal entry, 25 lakh rupees. So write down 25 lakh. Next, to allotment account, to equity share allotment account. So how much I have received on allotment? 16,50,000. Correct. That is, you will get it on fourth entry, that is 16,50,000. 16,50,000 rupees. Then on first call, so equity share first call account. How much you have received on first call? That is 17,70,000. 17,70,000. Next, to equity share second and final call account. So how much you have received? That is on 8th entry, 8,77,500 rupees. 8,77,500. To equity share capital account. To equity share capital account. So that is on reissue. So on reissue, how much you have received through bank? 1,27,500 rupees. 1,27,500. So now total entire thing, that is 25 lakh plus 16,50,000 plus 17,70,000 plus 8,77,500 plus 1,27,500, put together 69,25,000. Put together 69,25,000 rupees. So other side also you write the same, 69,25,000 rupees. Okay, here you have to write one thing, by equity share application account. We have rejected and refunded the 10,000 application, right? So how much money is that? If you look at the working note, if you remember, so that is 2,50,000 rupees rejected and refunded. So that we have shown in the second journal entry, to bank account 10,000 into 25 rupees, that comes to 2,50,000. So which has been rejected and refunded. So now write down in the bank account 2,50,000 rupees is rejected and refunded. Okay, 2,50,000 is rejected and refunded. So now out of 69,25,000 minus 2,50,000, so cash at bank will be, that is by balance carried down. By balance carried down will be 66,75,000. 66,75,000 is the balance carried down. Okay, 66,75,000. So now it is time to prepare a new balance sheet. Okay, so open the new balance sheet with the column new balance sheet as on that date, liabilities rupees, assets rupees. So since the problem is oversubscription, so directly I'm writing, that is number one, share capital. So I'm underlining that under that and directly writing everything, that is, you all know that, authorized, comma, subscribed, comma, called up, and paid up capital. So actually company issued how many shares? 60,000 shares. So what was the face value of the shares? 100 rupees each. So 60,000 into 100, if you multiply, you're going to get 60 lakh rupees. 60 lakh. Okay. So now second head we have reserves and surplus. So in this point A, you have what? Security premium. You have security premium. So that also you will get in the third entry. So that is equity security premium account, 60,000 into 10, 6 lakh rupees. So security premium how much? 6 lakh rupees. Next point B, I have capital reserve account. Capital reserve account. So write capital reserve account. So that is the last journal entry amount. Look at the last journal entry, transfer to capital reserve 75,000. Correct. So capital reserve 75,000. So that's all this side. So there is nothing else left out in the item column. So I'm just writing it to close it down. Okay, so 66,75,000, 66,75,000 should be in the cash at bank. So in the fixed assets, the asset side, we have to write first fixed assets. Do we have any fixed assets? No. So nil. Second, we have current assets. Yes. What all we have under current assets? We have only one thing, that is cash at bank. So carried down figure of the bank account is the cash at bank. Carried down how much? 66,75,000. I'm copying the same 66,75,000. Total is the same 66,75,000. So I'm done with this problem. If you have any doubts, if you have any regarding to this problem, if you wanted to speak to me, you can always call me and get the doubts cleared, or you can drop me a message also, or you can take a screenshot and send it across to me, what all your doubts, so your doubts will be clarified. So we are done with the problem. I'll see you soon with one more problem, next advanced level problem. So until then, take care, bye bye, and stay safe and keep practicing these problems. Okay, bye.